looking at continuing growth. We are predicting that by 2018, we will have sales of $3 billion US. We're expecting our sales this year to be $2 billion US, which makes Dubai Duty Free the single largest duty-free operation at a single airport anywhere in the world. One of the things that's very important in the duty-free industry is what we describe as penetration, and it is the number of departing passengers we sell something to. If you look at good airports around the world, like Heathrow, Gatwick, Singapore, Hong Kong, Charles de Gaulle, wherever, the general trend would be that those airports sell something to about 18 or 20% of departing passengers. In Dubai Duty Free, we managed to sell something to 45 or 46% of departing passengers. And the other measuring stick, of course, is the level of purchase we sell to everybody. And I know it's going back a long time, but if you go back to 1984, Dubai Duty Free sold an average $5 to everybody departing, whereas if you come forward to 2015, we're selling about $45, $46 to everybody that departs. Part of your question is how we do that. Well, of course, the increase in traffic has been very important. The increase in the level of sale has been very important. The penetration has been very important. And we think the reason Dubai Duty Free did that is twofold, threefold perhaps. We have terrific support from the government. We have freedom to do a lot of things we do. We have, in my opinion, the best team of staff in the duty-free industry. We have a good marketing campaign and probably spend a bigger percentage of our revenue on marketing than any other duty-free operator anywhere in the world. And our spend on marketing is spread over different sort of things. Marketing, giving discount on special occasions is marketing. Sponsoring events is marketing. And we do sponsor many, many events. 30 years ago, we decided that sport was a good thing to be involved in. And we have various sporting activities we've been involved in ever since. Like the Dubai Duty Free Irish Derby, which we sponsor. Now the Dubai Duty Free Irish Open Golf Tournament, which we sponsor. Horse racing, which we sponsor at Ascot each year, an event called the Shergar Cup. Horse racing we sponsor at Newbury, we've been doing for 20 years. And several events in Dubai itself. And one particular event is the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship, which we have been doing for 23 years, and it's been very, very successful. And the media return on something like the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship is absolutely huge. Yeah. And the figures we've been given by the ATP and the WTA for the TV coverage on that event last year is valued at $803 million US, if we were trying to buy it. And of course, you couldn't possibly afford to buy that sort of advertising. Yeah, firstly, we pay dividends to the ICD, Investment Corporation of Dubai, and we are assigned with many other companies to ICD. Over the last number of years, we have arranged 2 very large bank loans into Dubai Duty Free. And whilst for our own operation we do not need to borrow money, that plus profit we make is assigned to Dubai International Airport for the building of infrastructure at the airport. Yeah. So you're reinvesting? We're reinvesting, plus the things we do in our own business, like refurbishing, like promoting, like advertising, like when I mentioned the tennis earlier on, we built the tennis stadium. We built the Irish Village. Yes. We built the Century Village, which is all the restaurants around there. We own the Jumeirah Creekside Hotel, which we also built and financed. But everything else is used for airport infrastructure building. We created from scratch, and of course 25 years ago we weren't spending 2.5% of our top line. We are now. But 25 years ago or 30 years ago we did decide, we were told in fact by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed that part of our duty was to help promote Dubai. And right at the beginning there were very few companies in Dubai at that time doing so. There was a little bit of horse racing involved. Dubai Duty Free was one of the first companies that actually started promoting Dubai as a holiday destination, as a place of interest. And of course, it was very different at that time. Now, many companies have come since. DTCM wasn't boarding at that time. Emirates Airlines wasn't boarding at that time. And they have come and done fantastic things in the interim period. Well, I think customers expect to be treated with courtesy. I think they expect to be treated and dealt with very quickly and efficiently. We do have an in-house training department for our staff. We do have other things that ensure we have knowledgeable staff. We have training programs. We have a terrific staff retention in Dubai Duty Free. When we started 32 years ago, we had 100 staff. We still have 33 of that 100 staff working for us. We have an internal promotion policy in duty free, so many of our senior people and all our duty managers and that are staff who have been trained inside Dubai Duty Free and have been promoted accordingly. We have a reputation for good value, and this is brought about by our promotion and marketing effort that we make. We have a reputation for legitimate products, and we ensure that we only buy product from authorized dealers. But in passing, 72% of everything we buy and sell, we buy in Dubai from distributors and agents and so on. So we think our contribution to the economy of Dubai is very meaningful. Well, I think Expo 2020 was a marvelous achievement, and we have in fact sent representatives from Dubai Duty Free to visit and view the Expo in Milan that's going on at the moment, just so we can learn whatever we can for the future. We will be established in Maktoum Airport at Dubai World Central in a big way at that time. It's now being described as Dubai South. Currently, we have 2,500 square meters of retail space there. By 2017, we expect to have 40,000 square meters of retail space there. We expect a lot of activity to be happening. In the interim period, we know that Expo 2020 will create, I think it's 260,000 jobs in Dubai. And of course, the more people that work in Dubai, the more people that live here, the more business the airports do, and the more business we will do. Yeah. We are already encouraging our staff to think about 2020. We have read that there will be footfall that year of 20 million people attending 2020. All these 20s are terrific, you know. And we think the legacy from it, even apart from the 6-month duration of the event, we think what goes on afterwards. And if we read previous expos, you can learn all the things that happened, the legacies they've left, the products that were launched at expos in the past, the inventions that came to the world. We think it's huge, and we think it's terrific that it's in Dubai. Yeah. And I'm very happy that Dubai Duty Free will benefit from it. Well, it has proven in the past to recover from these sort of things. And the crises, when they come, they have been coming forever. And they repeat, you know, after a number of years, something else happens. If you look back at sort of 2007, 2008, 2009 in Dubai, sure, there was a adjustments in the real estate business in Dubai. We had financial problems all around the world, but Dubai came out of it very well. And His Highness Sheikh Mohammed insisted in that time of continuing to develop Dubai, continuing to build, and I do recall him saying, build it and they will come, and he was right.
Yeah.
And I think crises around the world will continue to go up and down for as long as we live. For as long as I've lived, I've seen them and read about them, and yet, in the case of our own business here, Dubai Duty Free, we have recovered very well from them. There was no year during the 2007, 8 and 9 time that Dubai Duty Free did not increase its business over the previous year. And there's been no year when the traffic through the airport hasn't continued to increase. And of course, it's going back a long way, but if you go back to our first full year here, I said already that our sale per head was $5, but the traffic through the airport in 1984 was 3 million people. The traffic through the airport last year was 72 million people. And it's touch and go that it might break 80 million this year. And the figure you quoted earlier on, Dean, of Dubai Duty Free having grown by 9,900%, that's factual. Now, we didn't make it up, but that was used we were selected as a company of good practice and good example for the World Competitiveness Councils some 2 or 3 years ago. There was an independent study done for that, and we were happy to read in that study that the figures had proven that the traffic through the airport for that period, which I think was 28 years, had grown by 1,600%, and the Dubai Duty Free business had grown by 9,900%. So we rubbed our hands together and said, yeah, we're getting something right.